Welcome back to the Paddle and Fin Podcast Network. We're brought to you by Pelican, built tough for all situations. Go to pelican.com. Yak Gadget, for all your fine kayak fishing accessory needs. Go to yakgadget.com. Eastport Marina, on the beautiful shores of Dale Hollow Lake, for all your lodging, kayaking, and fishing needs. Go to eastport.info. Now let's get this show started.
Dude, we got to do something about that. Let's get this show started.
I don't know,
dude.
So the guy cheesy. Who does it's a dork.
I know. You try to make it like the intro energetic and like put some oomph and some sarcasm into it, and it backfires once in a while.
No, it's because that was the first take, and you know it.
No, that was actually from the old intro, and I just like clipped it out of there because I didn't think I could recapture it, and I don't know.
Let's get this party started.
We'll work on it. Facebook, YouTube, what's going on? Good to tune in from. We got our.
Brian, you're bouncing around a little bit. Brian's having some technical difficulties right now, I think. It's that Indiana internet they got out there. Pretty high end, I would suppose. Are you going through a tunnel, Brian? He's like,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. Are you okay over there? You're breaking up a lot, man. All right. So, yeah, we're going to have some fun today. We got Nicholas Beltran coming on in a little bit. But what do we got going on here? Don't we got a little bit of a Dale Hollow thing going on where we got this tournament over there at taking place at Eastport Marina? I don't know, it's a little thing we got going on. It's pretty cool. I think you'll dig it. Make sure you sign up on Turn the X for that. Sorry about all the coughing. There's Nick. Hey, buddy.
What's going on, dude?
I'm doing something a little impromptu today. Brian's all broke, so.
Oh, dude, unfortunately. It's that Indiana Wi-Fi, dude. It's the Indiana connection.
Yeah. I was just telling everybody how we got the tournament going down at Dale Hollow.
Cool.
Yeah, down there for April. Make sure to go on Turn the X for that. Of course, everybody, donate for Riverwolf. They're still looking for donations and everything. He's going to have some pretty hefty bills after it's all said and done.
Mm-hmm.
But
right.
The boss is here.
There he is. He's back.
Are you all right now?
Dude, I'm hot spotting from a hotel in the middle of Indiana, so I apologize. If I drop out, I'll have to go out and come back.
It was pretty bad. I was like, are you going through a tunnel, man? Like, I mean, it was...
I plugged my phone in and I got it more towards the window, so hopefully that.
There it goes again.
Yeah, I know. It's just the beginning of the end.
We're gonna have an in and out Brian
right?
Podcast tonight.
Yeah, I bet if he switches to his phone, I bet it's better.
Sure.
I wonder if he heard that.
Do you have an iPhone?
Yeah, he does.
Okay, well, I don't know about better, but we'll do good.
Yeah. But I don't know, man.
So what's up, man?
Yeah, how are you doing, dude? You're down there in Miami, right?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, man. I haven't got that cold spell you guys have had in a while. I feel so bad for you guys. I feel
we're getting snow now.
Trust me. Oh, you are right now?
Yeah, right now.
Sucks.
It's not a ton, but I mean, it's it's enough to be like, all right, traffic's gonna suck.
Yeah. Imagine here, like we don't need the snow, we have the traffic, so I totally understand.
I've been down there. Actually,
I think Brian just tagged me on a thing. I don't know if he's trying to get back in or showing me another link. But anyway, yeah, man, everything's been great. Trying to go through this whole crisis we're going through now and trying to get through that and looking at the bright side, of things and continue fishing. You guys see it all the time. I'm just always fishing.
Yeah, I'm actually impressed, man. I mean, like, so I've been lucky enough to go down to Miami and get into the peacock bass. I think what I caught a 4.2 pound. I'm gonna call it a 5-pounder though, because nobody would ever know.
Like round it up.
Yeah, it's like it's 21, 22 inch peacock over there in the canals.
Solid peacock.
Yeah. When we saw that one, like, I mean, we were cruising pretty fast, and then we looked down, and he was camouflage. It's one of those real rocky ones too. Like, you guys get that like bladed rock down there.
Right. The limestone.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot of limestone down here and a lot of boulders. But the limestone is where if you're on a canal, if that was a canal system, you definitely have those limestone walls. Mm-hmm. Those banks are perfect. That's perfect environment for them. So
yeah, it was cool. So we did a lot of that, and then we did some like more of the like pond and lake fishing, I guess, like in more of the private communities.
Mm-hmm. So did you feel like there was a difference
in terms of what, canal versus
in terms of just environmental, like how the fish reacted, how the fishes were posted and laid out?
Well, like, so when we went, the fish are pretty lethargic from what I could tell.
When was it? When was it that you went again, Jay? Because I don't remember. I know you mentioned it, but
early spring. It was pretty early, and they just weren't biting, man. I mean, that day anyway.
So around this time, then.
Yeah. And we were throwing we threw some shiners, I think, to just get them kind of riled, and we kind of developed like a pattern where you could pull in with a shad and then pull like an artificial lure behind that, and then they'd usually hit that. Yeah, I know. We were just kind of
I never tried that.
Yeah, well, you don't run out of shiners so fast, that's for sure.
There you go.
But yeah, man,
we got you back, Brian.
Yeah, we got you back.
Good?
What's up?
We good? Can you hear me? Do I
sound
like I'm in the tunnel?
A little bit. You're good though.
Seriously?
No, you're fine. It's not. It's better than the computers had a bunch of delay.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
So,
real quick.
So how you been, Brian?
Dude,
Start there.
It's been a day. I mean, I'll start with last weekend. Indiana Boat Travel and Sports Show went really well. Shout out to all the folks that stopped by the booth and said hey, and told me that they enjoyed the podcast. Shout out to the listeners that showed up for my seminar. I'm back down here again. Obviously, just got down here 30 minutes ago. So I got a seminar tomorrow, 2 Saturday and 1 Sunday. So if you guys are in the Indiana area, stop by, check that out. I'll be doing some seminars. I'll be in the new canoe booth. I got some paddle and fin stickers I've been giving away. So stop on by. Also, Eastport Marina is there as well in the travel corridor. So you guys can stop by, see Richard and Wendy, and get a vacation booked. But no, man, I'm good. I'm looking forward to this weekend. I'm looking forward to the upcoming Dale Hollow event. And yeah. So,
great,
but man,
great.
Like, long, but I know you and I talked, and obviously you've really been doing a lot on YouTube, which is great. You got into a new boat, this season.
Yeah. Lost you there.
Man. Watch him have to go down in the lobby. He's gonna have to pull a Drew and like go somewhere like super public.
Yeah, no. Or do a John, like go into like a bar or something nearby and
there you go.
There you go.
Just start taking shots of Malort.
Yeah, this ain't happening today. It's happening today.
I can't win.
That'll be
hilarious.
I can't
win today. I can't win today.
So much.
So you got into the new boat. What's the new boat? What are you liking about it? What are you not liking about it, man?
Yeah, man, I got into a new boat. I thought, let me do something different, and just, I was comfortable with my other past boats, and I really enjoyed them. They're really good, but little things in there that you want to switch up and try something different. So I went with the Recon 120 HD. I was recommended the boat, so that was pretty cool. Recommended it. I was like, I'll give it a try. I got a little tired of the Native Titan. It was too hefty of a boat for me. Not that strong enough to carry one of those boats, but in particular, I thought that was more of a, I got rid of that tournament scene. for a good year. So I was like, you know what? I did an umbilical hernia surgery, and I said, you know what? I got to go light. I have to do things smart and just not horse it all the time every time I go out. So I said, let me get something that's smaller in weight, a little bit smaller at least. And they recommended me the boat. I looked at the boat. I tested the boat out a couple weeks. Loved it. I fell in love with the boat. It takes me back to the Bonafide, which I was in love with that boat too. That thing was just built for fishing, for kayak fishing. And the Recon, I think it does optimal job doing the same thing, and most likely even a little bit better. Stability is incredible on the boat, Brian. I just been in love with it, man. I love the pedal drive that it has. I think it's one of those things that in the background I was hearing, oh, it's not one of those best drives out there. But until you actually get your hands on this drive and actually go out with this kayak and actually fish it, trust me, you're gonna love it too. And the efficiency it has, it's just boom, bring that down, go. When I get into some shallow water, just a little button with my foot, I don't have to bend over to pick it up, and I'm on shallow water and fishing. So it's shown to be a really good kayak for what I do, for what I enjoy in a kayak. So.
Yeah, I saw it in the demo pool last weekend, and I thought it was really cool what they did with the drive, where it pops up and drops down. Like that was
actually Chris LeMaisure that was there, I think.
Okay.
He might have been to the end. I don't know if it was the Indiana one, but
well, the dealer that is at the show, they're a Wilderness Systems dealer. So
cool.
They actually have a demo one in the pool, and I was kind of scoping it out. I didn't get a chance to get in it, but that the way that drive goes up and down, you could tell there was a lot of thought that went into that, which I thought was really cool. Really cool.
Right. So pretty much just I got to fish it for a couple of weeks. You guys probably know more than I do that I've been in this kayak thing for about, I would say, 4 solid years. Not including like my first lifetime kayak I just bought as a recreational thing. Like now it's not recreational anymore. Now it's something I need to go out and fish when I go out fishing. But
sure.
I fell in love with it. So I did it for like 2 or 3 weeks. I tested one out and I said, you know what? I really like this. The company reached out to me. They loved what I've been doing for the past 4 years, I guess. And they wanted me aboard, and I accepted the offer. I thought it was a cool thing for me to experience working with a company and working on hands-on, actually helping to create future boats and for whatever they have going on now with these boats present, and helping them with that. They're so looking forward to what I have to say, which I really enjoyed. And I think that's a big part of being in a team or a company, and they've showed that. So I don't know. Everything looks great, man. I feel great where I'm at. The kayak is amazing. I have nothing really bad to say about it. Obviously, there are cons and pros, but it's a referable boat. It's one of those boats that it's a good laid out boat for the price and for what it does. So what it offers.
Yeah, every boat's got its cons, right? It's
right, of course.
Like I always say, dude, there's no such thing as a perfect boat, but just looking at it, man, sure. Like I said, I checked it out this past weekend, and I'm going to see it again this weekend. I may even try to jump in it in the demo pool. I always like trying out other boats, I'm a new canoe guy, but I like knowing what's going on in the industry, right? Like Jay and I have talked about that several times, just knowing what other boat manufacturers are doing. And it's pretty cool because you get to see all these different innovations across the board. But
and you know what's awesome, Brian? It's viewing this from outside, right?
Yeah.
Viewing it and how all these companies. I give props to all these companies. I don't care if it's Pelican. I don't care if it's companies that are lower or just came out. But these companies, what they're doing is actually helping the progression of this and helping us make better choices and have more choices available for those in either low budget or higher budget, anglers that can go out and do what we like to do on a plastic boat. So to be part of just a company is really cool, because then you get to see a little bit more of what goes on. So, and especially, you know, dealing with relationships and creating new friends and people that know the business more than I do, and that most of us do, is a thrill. So
yeah,
I'm enjoying
it's cool.
it,
Yeah, it's awesome, dude. Well, congratulations on getting the team and getting that offer, man. Like
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Yeah.
That's huge, because I mean, I remember when I first got asked to be on the Jackson team, like I still got the voicemail from Aaron Steiger on my phone, you know, when he called me, because that was just like
Right.
such a cool accomplishment. You know, Jay and I had talked about that for a long time, and then it actually happened, and it was like, holy crap, like, wow, you know,
It's
kind
happening.
of cool. Yeah, right,
Yeah.
right.
I mean, to me, it's a flattering recognition of like the hard work you're putting into it, or what you
Yeah.
did to put yourself out there to get the company to have some interest in you is, you know, it's always a good feeling, you know.
No, for sure, for sure. You
Right.
know, and everybody's going to give you a little heat, like, why'd you go from this boat to that boat,
Or
or why'd you go from this brand to that brand? And it's like, dude, like, sometimes you need changes, you know. Sometimes
yeah,
it just doesn't work out, and you need you find something that suits your needs better, you know.
yeah,
It's
man.
all
It's
personal preference,
you know
man.
what,
You know.
the heat I'm actually getting, Brian. I'm sorry, you kind of went out there. Sorry if I interrupted.
No, you're good.
It's the kind of heat, I guess, quote unquote heat that I'm getting is, and I've got what you're saying is, once you jump on board with a company, you get that, you know, like, well, why? But like, I mean, you haven't been on a boat before. You haven't been on their boats before. And I tell these guys, obviously, I don't like to do it on Facebook or on Instagram. I will direct my message to you to
Sure.
explain what went down. But basically, man, and I'm gonna be honest, I'll be frank. I mean, a lot of people try to hold this back, but this company saw something in me. Whatever it was, they were interested in what I had to say about the kayak industry or about the kayak world. You know, I tested out the boat. I liked it. Why the hell not? You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And if it's to help a company come up with better ideas or help push new innovative ideas out there, then that's what I liked. That's what I like. That's what grabbed me, as far as, you know, the Chad Hoovers and the Mike McKinstry's and all these guys that are slowly making it bigger and bigger in the industry. They brought something to the table to help these companies out. No matter if they drop the company or they you know, whatever the case may be. The point here is they're at the forefront, you know, and I felt like I have a stage or the effort that I see myself doing, because I'm passionate about this. I'm passionate about fishing. I'm passionate about the kayak world. Now that I'm got introduced to it. So why the hell not? I mean, it's not like I went and knocked on the door and said, "Hey, I want free kayaks. I want free kayaks." You know, it was literally, hey, we like what you're doing. We want you to try our kayaks and see if you like them. If you do, welcome aboard. So that's what happened. And I mean, it's a relationship that, if I wouldn't have gone in, if they weren't as awesome as they've been with me since our relationship started. And all they do is they ask me, what can we do to better you, and what can you do to better me? And I tell them, what can I do to better you guys? So that was the biggest thing, I think, that impressed them a lot. What can I do, as far as what you've seen me do in my platforms, to share my interest in your kayaks and to have other people most likely be interested in the kayaks? So that's what I'm doing now, you know, and they're impressed and they like it. So let's see what happens.
I think that's the one thing that gets overlooked by a lot of guys. Like, and I've heard numerous people talk about it. We've talked about it on this podcast. You know, like, guys want, and on John Rapp's podcast, 2 weeks ago, when it was me and Chris Payne on talking about like pro staffs and things like that. Like, you know, Chris Payne is a very, very knowledgeable dude in the kayak fishing world, and you know, he talked about how, like, guys are always like, send me free product and I'll promote you on my, you know, Facebook, or I'm about to start a YouTube channel, so you should send me free product so I could promote it on my YouTube channel, you know, like.
Yeah, you won't do that. You won't do that physically. Like, you won't go to a company physically, walk in and say that.
Right. So,
Get
but
those
I
results.
mean that's a thing. Like it's got to be a two-way street, and that's the way you got to treat it. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Like, you know, it's not always about you. You know, it's about what you could do for them as
Right.
well. You know, and I
Right.
think a lot of guys like overlook that.
Yeah.
You know, one of the most eye-opening ones, and I love using this example, is I heard Seth Feider talking to Mike Iaconelli on his podcast, and he was talking about how he won AOI, and he was ready to like get out of fishing as a whole because, well, not fishing as a whole, but like tournament fishing
I know what you mean.
because he couldn't afford it. And then he won the I think it was a classic, and he was like, all right, great. All the sponsors are going to come knocking on my door. And he's like, that never happened. He's like, I had to work 3 times as hard to gain those relationships and work for them so they would,
Right.
you know, contribute to
Of course.
you know. It's pretty eye-opening because I think a lot of guys like that, like they win a big tournament.
Going out again. You're roboting. You're roboting right now. Beep, beep. There you go.
Jesus.
I don't know what's wrong with those
My
cornfields,
bad.
man. I thought the reception would be way better out there.
Indiana, bro. Indiana. What can I say? But you know, I think a lot of guys think like if they win a big tournament, all of a sudden like sponsors are going to come knocking on their door, and that's not necessarily the case.
Sure.
Like just because you win a tournament, how does that benefit their brand?
Or just because you caught a big fish and you posted it. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Brian,
exactly.
do me a favor and turn off your video and see if maybe that improves your audio. Because I don't know if the signal, there's too much going through your signal.
Did you just call me ugly?
I didn't need to call you ugly.
Yeah.
Everybody saw you.
Am I?
You're like, I mean, you look a lot better now.
Is that better? Yeah. I bet
it
I
is
do.
better. We're not getting a delay now.
Now we can have our
take my
conversation.
pants off. Now I can do this. Now I can do this podcast.
Don't hit the button on accident.
Please don't.
It's only weird if you stand up.
We're gonna have another crisis over here in this country.
I know. It's like, well, you know, it's like the Sex Pistols manager always said, you know, any publicity is good publicity. So even if it's bad, it might help.
Hey, dude, with TikTok and all these videos and social media, anything goes. Anything could get you up there.
That's right, dude. Like paddling fin only fans.
Yeah, man.
Right. Oh, Jesus.
That's fun.
Back on track.
It's funny. It's funny hearing him, and he's like blacked out here. It's funny, like he's going through so much chaos in the background.
He's never looked better. I'll tell you that.
Oh,
wow. Wow.
I've got to see him in person, so I agree.
Oh, this is a good turn of events. I like this.
Yeah, you like that? You like that?
This just became Jay's favorite podcast.
That's
ever.
right. I am just yes.
That's funny. That is funny, dude.
No, it's cool, man. I'm glad you're growing in the kayak space, man. Like I can't think of a better dude, you know, that deserves it. You know, and like that's one thing I wanted to talk about, dude. Like I see you in the social media social media streets, dude, just battling it out, like tuning into all the live podcasts, dropping comments in there, offering advice, suggestions for people that are answering questions, and you go that extra mile, dude. So it's well deserved, man, and kudos to you, man.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, it's just me just being a fan, dude. I'm a fan of this whole thing. The fact that I've been being involved in this, I wish I was involved in this when the OGs started off, you know, in this industry, because I would have had a lot of good ideas and, you know, things that now I look back, I look at a couple of things, and I'm like, damn, I would have thought of that, you know, or you know, little things like that, you know, that I wish I would have been there from the beginning or from the sprout of it. But yeah, man, I mean, I value this sport because I think it's level heading my growth as far as just being a man, you know, and I have a son now, and it's keeping me on the right path. And I think you know, like platforms like you guys and many others are actually having us more focused on this conversation back and forth that we're losing, unfortunately, because of social media, because of these phones, and because of all this thing. This back and forth really helps me. I'm very illiterate. I don't know if you've ever seen my videos. I'm sure, Brian, you've seen my videos. But
yeah.
I have problems speaking. I've always had problems speaking, and I think that Randy, I owe a little bit to Randy because he kind of forced me into, I think it was the first ICAST I went to, that he was like, no, stop with the nerves. You need to go ahead and interview this guy. I think the first person I interviewed was some pro in the MLF, and I think it was in a Live Target booth. And he was a Live Target pro for that. And they were coming up with those frogs, those curly-tailed frogs, the Echo body, I think it was called. I'm not sure.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Dude, first time in my life ever going to ICAST. First time in my life ever like interviewing a professional. Like I've seen these guys fish, especially the guy was, I think it was Browning. I might be wrong with I just murdered his name, but whatever. Browning something.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just, it was really nerve wracking. And then after that interview, I was just I was calm, wasn't nervous. I'm like, okay, I'm in my element. This is fishing. What the hell am I doing being nervous? This is things that I'm accustomed to, I'm used to, I grew up doing, so I shouldn't be. And guys like yourself and guys, and, and platforms like this help me elaborate more on my passion. So whatever it is to do to help. I mean, I think that taking it that way, taking that positive, and not being one of those guys that be like, oh, well, I've been doing this for 10 years and you're doing it wrong. And this is this and this is that. I mean, there's different ways of communicating those advices than just blasting out, especially on Facebook or on Instagram that I've seen. I've witnessed a bunch of it. And it's sad because if you really are into and involved in this community, the best thing to do is to keep the ball rolling, not stop it. So, I try to do my best, and if I can help, even though I'm with Wilderness Systems, and I'll say this, I have no problem giving advice to another company that comes up to me and says, hey, we got this in lineup, this is the so-and-so, we got this going. What do you think? Dude, I'll be more than happy to tell you what I think and what can be changed, So right now where I'm at and how I have seen, look, it's happening right now. How I've introduced my, I guess, so unquote knowledge of what I've learned to these guys and to the people I've talked to, the people I have a relationship with, has been amazing. It's a good feeling, And now I went 4 eyes, so now you gotta see me with glasses now all the time.
I wasn't gonna go there, but I mean, since we're here,
hey,
No, I completely hear where you're coming from, dude. Like, I think the more we embrace all the new people coming into the sport and the more we mentor them into doing things the right way, the better off the sport is going to be and the faster it's going to grow. Instead of knocking each other down, build each other up, become one force to reckon with, and the sky is the limit. You know what I mean?
I think the first thing you need to, like, if you're going to approach somebody or somebody's going to approach you that's just starting out and wants to get into this, like we have been, right? Like if you've been and many others, is to tell them, listen, there's a lot of guys that have money. There's a lot of guys that are filthy rich, that have it all, and they're able to do things that you're gonna see them and you're gonna be like, wow, I wish I can do that. You can't do that. Sure. You just gotta work your way up there. And I think because of that whole budget thing, a lot of people get very, what's the word I'm trying to think of? They just get scared off and they get nervous in the beginning and they're like, okay, well, that's a big company. I'm not going to try to even bother going. That's a huge company. And look, I mean, companies I never thought that I would ever be approached by, they're approaching me. And I'm a witness to that. It just comes with the territory. If you're doing what you need to do and be as humble as you can, and provide authentic, organic, quality content. You know what I mean? If you can't have 4K, don't bother doing 4K. Don't even try, because you're going to see that in your videos, Right. And in my videos and my YouTube, like anything I post, literally is as organic as you can think of it to be. I try not to go more and stretch more than what I can, So, and I always tell everybody, like, I'm learning. As I'm doing this, I'm learning. Thank you for the props. Thank you for the you're doing a great job. I appreciate it. But the ball's still rolling. I'm always trying to make myself better. And I think that the best way to do that is to have you guys as friends, have you guys as acquaintance, so I can share things and bounce things back and forth from you guys. And as positive you can do that, the better chances you have on being successful or,
Speaking of
better at
which,
this.
because we're friends now, your payment is due for the month, bro.
That's all
Yeah.
right. I'll have it there. I have it there.
I'm just kidding, man. I'm just kidding.
So
agree
you're telling
with
me
you,
it comes
though.
with a cost?
Yeah, well,
No.
for Brian, everything costs.
That's funny.
Oh boy.
No, man, but
boy.
I mean, like what you're saying is, see what people fail to realize. I mean, well, okay, I'm not gonna say that.
Yeah,
I think
that's too
like
general.
when you finally get there, you realize that kayak fishing is an experience. It's a moment.
Right.
It's a destination.
Mhm.
It's like it's
Are you
definitely.
gonna start rapping Eminem, dude? That
Do
I
it,
know.
baby. Do it. I'll put the beat on.
Yeah. No, I want to. It's gonna have a
Whatever
heavy
that was.
layman of Caucasian on it. Believe me. But no, I mean, it's. I mean, like for me, like I just like getting out there. Like I mean, I'm middle of the road kind of tournament fisherman. I'm not the greatest. I'm not the worst.
That's you, man.
But it's like
Yeah.
I mean, I just like being on the water and chilling and just, sometimes even slowing down. Putting your heads behind your head, behind your head and just chilling and close your eyes, just listen to what's going on. And for me, like anything outside is pretty calming. So I mean, everybody's going to get what they want out of it, and and if you're true to yourself, and and if you're not, I mean, if you want to be a tournament guy, be a tournament guy. If you want to just be a tour, fisherman, go be a tour fisherman. I mean, do whatever you want. Nobody, I mean, it's nobody else's business. Yeah, just be true to yourself.
I just listened to Chad in one of his videos, and he actually said that. He said, like, you guys got to do you, brother. You know how you got to do you, brother.
Yeah,
do you.
Yeah.
And it's true. I mean, he's right. I mean, and I'm sure he's got a lot of fire and a lot of things. And one of the things I really wanted to say was that, and I think for people to grasp in this podcast is just be humbled, man. Don't be biased just because you're on a team or just because you're on a company or something like that. Dude, there's no such thing as a guy going into a video. I hate these guys that go into a video and they're like, oh, this is the best lure ever. This one right here, this one provides this, and this, and this. Dude, come on, man. Really? You know what I'm saying?
Best thing since sliced bread,
it's best
bro.
for you. It's good for you, not for like 500,000 people that are doing this. You know what I'm saying? So it's to provide, like, instead of saying that, say, this has been best. This has been a good lure for myself.
Sure.
And if you guys are willing to test it out.
But they might be excited. You know what I mean? It could be that too.
Yeah.
Have some really good luck with it. And they're like, man, this is the best thing under the sun. You know what I mean? I've had those where you get some lures that you just think are great. And then 2 years later, you're like, that thing doesn't catch me anything anymore.
Jay, what I mean is, like, if you're introducing this to somebody who's starting out for the first time, who's getting involved in this, who's getting that tick, who's getting that first bug to do this. Sure. Those are the people that are going to kind of like are blinded from that reality, like,
sure,
dude, just because that's not the only lure in the market, or that's not the only specific product in the market. There's others. Sure. So you kind of have to have that in the back burner. But that's all. I mean,
Real quick, we got Richard DeVries in the chat. He said, fishing is like bowling. Kids today do not get out and participate. Kayak fishing is helping to get the next generation back outside and fishing again. You guys are helping to grow this great sport. And I couldn't agree more, dude. And, going off what you said about Chad, like, I saw Chad this past weekend. I got to participate in the Hoosier Kayak Bass Bash, I think is what Sam called it, after the show Saturday. And Chad was there. And Chad doing his normal talk that went 22 minutes, we'll say, Mr. Hoover. But, he's like, I'm just going to say a couple quick words, and then half hour later, he's done. And that's not a knock against Chad. That's just a joke.
No, that's just who he is. Right.
I swear to God, he should have been a gospel preacher, dude. Like, he's got it in him. But, he did talk that night, dude. And I did I've been doing a lot of reflecting on things, and, it spoke words, At the end of the day, all Chad really cares about is butts and seats, exactly what Richard's talking about, getting people outdoors, enjoying things outside again, whether it be fishing, hiking, camping, hunting, whatever it is, man. Like nowadays, too many people spend too much time burying themselves in TVs, cell phones, laptops, things like that. And I'm guilty of that too, right? Like I spend a lot of time on a computer uploading podcasts and researching things and stuff like that. But I still find the time to get out and enjoy the outdoors. And, that's what it's all about, man. Like as somebody who's I consider somebody who's on a team or something, they're kind of a influencer, so to speak. I know that's a term that's used loosely nowadays. But
yeah, a lot of words
you're influencing somebody to use a product that's getting them outdoors and enjoying fishing and stuff like that, man. So, I mean, as an influencer, as somebody in the kayak fishing space, man, it's our duty and our due diligence to give people the time of day and answer their questions and help them have a better time on the water. Because if they don't get that info, right? They go out, they spend $3,000 on a kayak, another $1,000 in fishing gear, $600 graph.
Yeah, they're gonna get a
$500 lithium battery, and they go out and they have a horrible time because we didn't help educate them. We failed. We failed. You know what I mean? Yeah, you're gonna have one here and there, but like if we all do our due diligence, man, like things would be way, way better. So. Now,
preach it.
Hoover Jr. is now off the pedestal. I apologize.
Well, we can't see you, so we didn't see you get down.
All right, Chadster.
It's soapbox Schiller. Oh,
there it goes.
Oh.
Whoa,
Isn't that like a Hoover, Luke? Isn't that like a Hoover, Luke? I love Chad, dude. I'll tease him. Because I love him, dude, like a brother.
No, man. Listen,
and that's the thing too. Yeah. Hold on one second. This is one thought. Like you said, he gets a lot of fire. He gets a lot of heat. Some people don't like him. A lot of people love him. But at the end of the day, what he's done for the sport of kayak fishing, if he had not done that, we would not be where we're at right now. Well, we would still be in that infancy stage. And I think that's what a lot of people forget about, whether KBF didn't make their payout in time or, whatever it may be, some stupid reason, you know what I mean? That somebody should have got over 4 years ago, but they're still crying about it. It's like, what good does that do? It does nothing.
I mean, I not that I've spoken to Chad about it, but I've talked to like other like guys who have, who host tournaments and stuff. And I told them, listen, you're going to have that. That comes with the competition. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have those guys that just sore losers that don't want to lose. And what they don't understand is that sometimes you have to lose in order to be successful in anything. You have to. And I think Chad has done that. All these big names have done that. They have. If you look at their history or look at the past, they didn't just get where they're at, the easy way. There's no such thing. Everything had their complications, and the fact that they've been where they're at right now is because they went past that. They did whatever they had to do to look past it and actually look at one of the reasons they even at the beginning started to do what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? Which I respect completely. I think that's something that I really do look at is respect. And that was one of the things that this company that I just got on was one of the things that they showed me, and that to me was worth more than the actual boat itself and the product itself. So, and you got people that don't think that way, which is okay, it's fine. But I feel like you need a team in order to sell products or in order to show out whatever it is that company's working on. So now going back to Chad, like a lot of heat, but man, the dude, he did what he had to do. There you go. Starting from there.
I actually have this book.
That's way back.
Yeah.
I respected that. I look for that's what I respect. Even if I don't like or agree with things he does or things that other people do. I look past that and I value what he's done or what he's tried to do for some people. That speaks louder than anything else. So but that's what I'm doing, guys. But anyway, I'm catching peacocks down here, guys. You haven't asked me.
Well, you won't shut up.
That's true. That's true.
Well,
I'm sorry. Listen, I'm passionate about this. You have to stop me. You have to be like, Nick, stop.
I tried going into it.
Well,
we got into something else.
You just dropped that video. You just caught your PB peacock for the year.
Oh yeah,
right?
Dude,
How big was it?
What a fight! I wouldn't be able to tell you there, Brian. Rookie mistake. Didn't have my scale with me. Didn't have my measurement. Of course, obviously, every time I catch one like that, never do. Are you asking me for my opinion on what the size was?
No, we're
What
asking for
are you, amateur hour, bro?
I know. Like, why do you got to go through all that just so you can lie to us still?
Yeah.
He like tries.
No,
disclaimer. Like, yo, I didn't have this and this and this, but that was like 8 pounds. That was
I'm
like
gonna play it safe.
Learn
I'm gonna
from
play it safe, but I'm gonna
Nicholas's
say it was 7 pounds.
It was 7
you
pounds.
think it was
7 pounds.
Nice. What do you
said it
think
was a
the
solid
length
7.
was on him?
It wasn't 7.3.
Yeah.
It wasn't 7.5. It wasn't, it was 7.
Is that
No,
like
I mean,
my 5 pounder I
dude,
caught?
it was a big one. It was a big one. I mean, if you saw the video, you could see it. It was a hefty fish. But yeah, it was in a canal system. I mean, you know canal systems, Jay, down here. I mean, we were just talking about it. It was literally on a rock, on a limestone rock that we were talking about, and I saw it in the corner of my eye. Sight casted it to it and caught him. I was just excited, dude. Every time you catch a big fish like that, you always want to share it, with everybody. So that's what I did, and it was the first big fish of the year. So
what did you catch him on?
I caught him on a Usuri twitch bait. Don't know exactly the name of it. Don't even ask me. I don't even know.
So using like a medium rod?
Spinning rod. I do combos, dude. I don't have no professional equipment. I do regular
no, you're good.
combos. And I caught it. I have a 20-pound braid always with like a 15-pound leader fluorocarbon, and that's what I use. I tie everything with.
I just always learned what I learned from being down there. I mean, was it's like you're not doing a hook set like you do in a largemouth. A lot of times, you're doing like a softer hook set. You're not. Right. You don't have to be as aggressive. And usually like a medium, like something with a little bit of pull in it, to kind of like just level out that hook set instead of just like, yanking it out of the water because you'll like pull that hook right out of their mouth.
Well, that also depends on how the angler is, like how you are as a fisherman. Are you one of those that want to set the hook really hard? I've seen some guys almost flip over to the boat for like a 2-pounder.
Wait, that's wrong.
But,
that's
no,
Jay.
I
totally
I don't have a secret to it. It's just I pull back very, very slowly. I mean, peacocks, are more aggressive, so they'll hit that bait harder. And so, they're going to probably be hooked up more often than the largemouth. But I have medium heavies. All my rods are medium heavy. I only have one. I think it's a very heavy rod. It's the longest rod I have. And that I do for punching and pitching. But yeah, man, it's not really a science. I mean, it's just I got 2 loose spinning combos. One is that $100 spinning combo they have, and then the other one is the brand new line that they have with that red Cajun looking rod. I love the way it looked, and that's why I got it.
Dude, it would have been funnier if you would have said
worked.
like, dude, I just got my ugly sticks and my Shakespeare reels.
Let's face it, but that's what they use down here.
Those will catch them too.
Yeah, man, of course. Of course.
Do peacocks have like teeth, or is their mouth structure pretty similar to a largemouth? Like rough lip.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, pretty similar to a largemouth. Yeah, I would even go and say that peacocks have more of a. They have like this gel-like feeling to their lips more than the bass. The bass have they're kind of like bristles come out all the way to the tip of their mouth, where a peacock, you would have to go in there more to feel that the little teeth. But they're pretty much the same, I would say. I mean, you catch a big one, you're gonna notice.
Have you ever been down to South America to catch any of them?
No, sir. That is a bucket list trip right there, bro.
I know. That would be amazing.
I mean, this peacocks are small. Like what you saw compared to down there, like they eat the fish we catch here. So.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I mean, you'll get like easily 30-inch fish.
Have you eaten a peacock?
No, sir, I have not. The only thing I've eaten here, and I was really young, was the bass down here. But I would not recommend anybody eating any fish in this system that we have down here at all. But that's my recommendation. You got most Cubans, most Hispanics down here, they'll be like, don't throw that out. Don't you throw that fish out. You give me that fish. I'm eating that fish. Or they'll tell you like, you guys put them back?
Yeah, I know.
What? Yeah.
You know why? Because we can. I think it has something to do with, I mean, we're doing the sport fishing, but some people need that to live. So like,
dude, come on.
Brian has a great story about a salmon.
Like, really?
It was a trout. It was a brown trout.
Yeah.
I was fishing one of the tributaries coming out of Lake Michigan, and we were fly fishing, and we do that in the wintertime. And this guy was driving by and like literally stopped his car in the middle of the road, and he's like, "Yo, bro, what are you going to do with that?" I was like, "I was going to let it go." I'm like, "Why? You want it?" And like I always let him go, and it was a medium-sized one, He's like, "Oh, hell yeah, I'll take that." He's like, "That's good barbecue, man. What are you doing throwing that stuff back?" So this dude came running around, went over the bridge, slid in the mud down to the bank. I gave him the fish, man.
That's pretty funny. I don't think I've seen that here.
But I gave him the fish, man, and like that made that dude's day. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
It's your
right.
I mean,
I don't do it, Brian, because I'll tell you the reason why. I mean, I see what you mean, what you're saying. The lakes and canals, not the ponds, not lakes, the ponds down here in South Florida and canal systems, they add chemicals to this water.
Oh, sure.
A lot of it, And the only reason why I wouldn't do that, even though I've had thought of it, I'm like, oh, this guy probably hasn't, like Jay said, this guy probably doesn't have food to eat, and I don't give it to him. But
sure,
my conscience would not allow me to do that, because if they get sick, I work in hospitals, so I see these things every day. So I mean, there has been cases where these guys eat, and I'm talking about they eat anything. And there is a fish, a lot of saltwater fish, offshore fish down here in these reefs, because these reefs have been contaminated so much due to pollution and all that other crap. They have eaten these things, and they've showed up in the hospital with, terrible, They have this, I don't even know the name of it, but there's a thing that these reef fish get. It's like a green yuck that they accumulate in their meat. And when they eat it, they get sick. And I'm talking about sick. And I am, I'm not going to risk it, So
yeah,
sure.
I would rather not pass it on.
Yeah. But Brian,
I mean,
I was going to tell you, those fish are pink on the inside. It's comparable to probably trout, the way they cook up.
What, the peacock?
Yeah, the peacock. Like peacock I've actually, the peacock. I've actually had one, because I had a friend that had one as a pet. That thing grew to about 15, 16 inches, and then when he was transporting it, it ended up dying. In transport, and I just happened to be
Nemo?
There. Dude, it was. I couldn't pass it up. I mean, that poor thing. Like, I mean, I was looking. I'm like, you guys just killed this fish, and they're like, yeah. I'm like, well, we can do with it. So we filleted it up. Man. I mean, dude, it was good.
I'm not saying that all of them are going to kill you. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, just the chance of it.
Right?
You got to use caution. You got to use caution. Well, it's like Lake Michigan, right? Like. And the tributaries up here, like you got to watch how many you eat a year, because there's small amounts of mercury in those bigger, older fish. So like if you eat 1 or 2 a year, totally fine. But there are some guys, like, we all call them the bucket heads, that will go fill a bucket full of fish up. And those are the guys that get sick,
Right.
So, but.
Yeah, we got a lot of fish out here.
Use your due diligence, But I would if I was down in your area, I would feel the same way, Nick. Like,
I just don't want to miss it.
Like, I'd be like, dude, you don't want to eat that,
And that's what I tell them all the time. And there's some of those that they'll still do it. They'll do it. I actually know a lot of guys out here that live on canals, and their family, they grow up peacock bass down here. Like they actually stake out their little right in the back of their canal. They'll stake out like a part, and they'll start raising them, and then they'll eat them. So that's been they do that here a lot. So
what about the goat? What about the goat?
Sorry,
hopefully Jay doesn't eat the dog when he dies.
I think I'd be more interested in the goat.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Yeah, no, I hear you, man. You try to educate folks, and sometimes they listen, sometimes they don't. But
of course,
you know,
I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah. No, I hear you on that, dude. I hear you.
Our father passed away, and oh my God, it's your fault. You told him to eat that peacock, and the only thing he did for the last 2 weeks was catch peacock and eat it. Oh my God, dude, I don't know what I'll do.
It's hilarious.
I don't know what I'll do, but yeah, man, it's been fun. It's been fun, guys. That peacock fought like, if you see the video, it proves itself. It was a really good fight.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it looked like a lot of fun. Well, you caught a few before that, and then you caught that big one at the end of the video, right? Yeah.
They get a little bit bigger in the canals. I've noticed they've gotten bigger in canal systems, and I think it's due to the fact that they're always moving. They're moving a lot further, and ponds are just around the same area, and they have to like compete with bass and stuff. So they're not going to get as big. But canal systems, I've noticed in my experience that they're a lot bigger in canal systems, but they're a lot harder to find because you have to really work the canal system in order to find these guys.
They're
and I was going to
camouflaged.
tell you, Jay, I don't know if you asked me this, but the spawning, a lot of people do ask me about the spawning, especially northern guys that come down here. They're like, oh, when do they spawn so I can go out and catch them? I'm like, well, they spawn coming up now in late March, April, all the way to June and July. That's when they're most, like when you want to come down here and actually catch them. But year round, I catch these fish. And I don't think it really has nothing to do with what I know different. It's just I've always see them around. That's just my my thing. But then again, like everything here has peacocks, so it's you know, you go a little further up north, you have to go to specific areas because that's when you're gonna start losing those peacocks. So you go to Fort Lauderdale, like I did a video not too long ago up in Fort Lauderdale. Never been there. I'm not used to fishing there. I've been there before, but there it was just really hard to find peacock. You'd see Mayan cichlids and every other like exotic fish, but peacocks were just nowhere to be found. But again, it might just be me. I don't know the area. So
yeah, I know. Like in general, Miami's kind of the line, and everything south of there is you're gonna find. But Miami, the canals is usually pretty much the place to find them.
The spot, I mean that's where I know that they released them back in the 80s was down here in Miami. So I'm only assuming based on that they probably just overpopulated more so Miami than Fort Lauderdale. I know Fort Lauderdale and Broward canal systems, they stopped a lot of the water there because of the snakehead infestation that they had there.
That's
so
right.
If you go catch snakehead up north or up in north of South Florida, they actually snakehead you will not find. You only find them in plantation. You only find them in a miles of distance, but not down here in Miami. Once you get to Miami, you're no snakeheads at all.
You know, I got a guy that fishes down there, and he catches snakeheads down there
in Miami, Florida.
Yeah.
Well, they might be passing by here, but I mean it's very rare.
Yeah, that was like his thing because he uses like plastic frogs. With like a double hook.
That's the norm down here for snakeheads.
Yeah, right on the edge.
Because
like all your guys' canals like just go. You gotta like watch out getting into a kayak, man, because you'll go right down to the bottom. There is no edge. There's no shore.
I mean, I've never caught a snakehead down here. That would be awesome if they come down.
Man. Yeah, it's weird. I went down there specifically to do that. I will say this: I did not catch any snakeheads.
No, but really.
We were going for that. Well, that time around, I only caught a bunch of largemouth. That was about it. So I don't know. Peacocks were just maybe he just didn't know the area good. I don't know.
Maybe I don't know.
We didn't get on them, man. It was just largemouth. It was not the greatest day of fishing, but
what kind of friends you hanging out with?
Lived here. What was that?
I said, what kind of friends are you hanging out with, Jay?
I don't know. I gotta find better fishing friends.
Well,
it's
I
the
mean,
hack
you guys
in me.
got me. You know, I've told you guys whenever I always offer whenever you guys want to come down here. I mean, I'm always willing to take you guys out. But snakeheads, talking about that, first time I ever caught a snakehead was with Randy Newton. He's the one that showed me because he did a lot of guiding of snakeheads down here. He knows the area because he lives by there. And the first couple of times I went out with him, that one snakehead, I just had the luck of catching largemouth all the time. Like I was just next hit gonna be a snakehead. Nope, largemouth, and it would be a good sized largemouth, like ones I never usually catch around that area. And look, also clown knife are really cool too. I've never caught those.
You've never
but
gone
then I
after
started catching snakeheads. So it was one of those things, you know.
Sounds like it's like when
Have
you
you
go
ever-
fishing for pike, like you end up catching a lot of bass. When you go for bass, catch a lot of pike.
Oh, really? Is that what happens?
It's pretty much what happens.
That's
Have you
another
ever
thing. We have
tried to-
pickerel here, and I've never caught a pickerel here. I guess that's the closest to a pike.
It's a baby. It's a
It's a baby.
sliver. It's a snot rocket.
Man, there's some bucket fish I would love to catch up there where you guys are at, man. I'm dying to catch a smallmouth. Probably stretching it more than I really would like, but muskies would be one of my top fish to catch up there. Pikes would be another one. I'm dying to catch those fish. I've never fished up there, so I'm looking forward to hopefully doing that in the future.
Let's go, man. Get your butt up here.
I gotta get there, man. I gotta get there.
Brian's got a lake that can help you with one of those. Well,
Just-
two,
There
maybe.
you go.
Fly up, dude. Fly up.
Yeah.
I'll have a boat for you.
I'll do it for sure. I think Mike McKinstry actually invited me to his lake. He's like, whenever you're up here in
yeah.
Michigan, you come up here. I have this lake behind my house. We'll catch some smallmouth. I'm like,
Whatever.
You
Down
gotta
the
watch.
history.
You gotta watch out for that Mike guy.
Dude, he's a little shiesty. I don't know.
He's kind of. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Dude. Those people in Michigan, man, they're a little weird.
Yeah, that Mike McKinstry fella.
you know what's
I
funny
know.
though? Everyone says that about every state, about every other group of people. Like, it's the craziest thing.
Like who?
Everybody.
Better not be
No.
McKinstry.
We love Mikey. We love Mikey. We're just teasing. But are you gonna be at ICAST this year?
Yes, sir. Hopefully, I mean, if everything goes well, I will definitely be there. I'm
Might be
looking
coming
for. I'm
early.
always looking forward to go to ICAST now, man. I'm learning. I'm always meeting up good people and learning a lot of things when I go there. So
Heck yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be awesome, man. Hopefully we can meet
Yeah.
up there. Line cutters, they're always gonna have their little special event, so I'm looking forward to going there. I've never gone to the lines cutter party, so hopefully this year everything is clear with the COVID thing, and I'll be able to make it.
Sounds like things are going back to normal here soon. So,
Mhm.
Yes,
which
sir.
is
Yes,
awesome,
sir.
man. Which is awesome.
Yep.
But well, shout out your YouTube, man, where people can follow you on all the socials and all that good stuff, brother.
Yeah, man. I mean, Tackle Fishing Adventures. That's the brand name, and that's the YouTube name. And my Instagram is Tackle Fishing Adventures. You can find me on Facebook, Nicholas Beltran. And that's about it. I got TikTok. I've been heavy on TikTok recently. I don't know if you guys ever dabbled on TikTok, but I'm loving TikTok. I find it to be a very open space to do a lot more creative things, and it's looking to be a really cool platform. You can find me there at Tackle Fishing Adventures. I usually have the same name for all the social media outlets. So, but anyway, if you guys like fishing, you like kayak, and you just like to have an honest and just an eyesight of what the fishing here in South Florida is, jump on board and look at my stuff, man. I appreciate you guys having me on. Keep doing what you guys are doing because you're really lifting the sport, I feel. And to the next one, right? What do you guys have next? Going on next?
I got the boat show to get through, and then we'll see who's on next week. Maybe we'll put Jay in the hot seat.
Put
it.
me in the hot seat. I'll have nothing to say.
The crayon deserves it. Remember crayon? Remember the crayon?
Yeah. Oh my god. Like,
Oh
yeah.
boy.
Like, what have you been
Oh,
doing
boy.
lately? Nothing.
Oh, that's Brad, isn't it?
No,
Oh, no, that's not Brad. Brad is
I don't care.
whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I don't care.
I don't care. Whatever.
But No, man, we appreciate you jumping on tonight, dude. It's been a lot of fun chatting, and we always appreciate you jumping in the chat during the shows and supporting, the podcast.
If I become too much of a hassle or a problem, just let me know.
No, man. We love it. No, and I appreciate you jumping on all the other stuff I do, man. And I'm sure all the other guys out there that are doing shows and stuff appreciate it as well, man. That engagement is a huge thing.
Yeah, you definitely need engagement. That's another reason why I do it, is because I see sometimes you guys, it's like, come on, guys. I mean, ask questions. I mean, this is a very interesting topic that they're in, So I if I'm already watching you guys and I'm putting the effort watching you guys, what the hell? I mean, it doesn't cost me anything, to do it. So I'm always glad to do it. But anyway, guys, peace out. Positive vibes, tight lines, and
appreciate it, brother.
Take care, man.
All right, boys and girls. Get signed up for that Dale Hollow event by March 1st because that solidifies your free camping down at Eastport Marina. Richard's also doing a giveaway to stay in a houseboat during the tournament. If you sign up by March 1st, I know we already have over a dozen people signed up. So it's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger. We got the 2 clubs involved in it, Central Tennessee Kayak Anglers and Cumberland Kayak Trail. So shout out to those guys. If you guys haven't signed up for the fantasy kayak fishing game, please do that. Go to paddleandfin.com/fantasy, and you guys can get set up. The first quarter is almost over, but at least you could gain points now for the overall season, and then there's a winner each quarter. So get signed up for that. Again, if you guys are in the Indiana area, come by the Indiana Boat Travel and Sports Show in Indianapolis. I'll be doing some seminars. I'll be giving out some free stickers and things like that. We're actually doing a live podcast for the New Canoe show I do Saturday morning. So stop on by and check it out. There's a big demo a kayak if you're on the fence or of getting a new boat or getting your first boat. Like, that's a great way to do it, is just to get in there and demo it up. So look forward to seeing some folks this weekend. Jay, you got anything?
Don't eat yellow snow, I guess.
Jesus. Jay,
I don't got anything, dude. Like,
Jay in his words of wisdom.
Yeah, that's you really don't want to hear me. I'm just here for the looks.
Oh, stop. All right, boys and girls. Till next time. Tight lines, smooth paddling. Peace.
Thanks for tuning in to another killer episode here on Paddle and Fin. Be sure to drop a 5-star rating, a thumbs up, or smash that subscribe button on any platform you're listening in on. Be sure to check us out on Waypoint TV, waypointtv.com. Make sure you sign up for the Fantasy Kayak Fishing League at paddleandfin.com/fantasy. You could support this show through Patreon, patreon.com/paddleandfin. Don't forget to check out the website, paddleandfin.com. Catch us on YouTube. If you got a question, comment, or want to see a future guest on the show, be sure to email us at paddleandfin@gmail.com. Shout out to our show supporters, Yak Gadget. You can check out all the fine kayak accessories at yakgadget.com. Pelican Professional. For all your cases, coolers, and lighting needs, go to pelican.com. Rocktown Adventures, your Midwest premier paddle sports destination. Go to rocktownadventures.com. Eastport Marina, the beautiful destination on Dale Hollow Lake. If you're looking for lodging, kayaks, kayak accessories, or anything fishing related on the beautiful Dale Hollow Lake, go to eastport.info. And Jigmasters Jigs. When in doubt, get the jig out. Go to jigmasters.com and fill your tackle boxes